Imagine your bank account was credited with $86,400 each morning. So far, so very good, right? The catch is that at the end of each day the balance is wiped, and nothing can be carried over. Your mind is likely buzzing with ways you'd try to withdraw and use every last cent so that it didn't go to waste. In the same way, every day we are gifted 86,400 seconds that we cannot keep, save, or carry over. You must live in the present on today's deposits. Invest it so as to get from it the utmost in health, happiness, and success. The clock is running. Make the most of it. 10 powerful lessons from the book, The Uncomfortable Truth. Number 1. People don't like you. There, I said it. People don't like me either. Not people as a whole, just some people. You will be walking around, standing in queues, doing your best, and someone will have decided they don't like you. Some people won't like you for reasons they can explain. Maybe it's something you've done or not done. Perhaps they can't even put their finger on quite why they don't like you, but they don't all the same. People who don't even know you have decided they don't like you. Someone sitting in the car behind you has sworn at you, while someone at your workplace has gone home and complained about you. You have had many feelings come your way, whether you've been aware of it or not. Dislike, judgment, assumption, even hatred. There are subsections of society who will have already chosen to dislike you because of how you look or where you were born, neither of which you can do anything about. There are some people who don't like you, and it has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with you at all. Nothing you could do would change that. No act of kindness, no pleading, pleasing, or torrent of self-explanation. Number 2. You will plow time and energy into something and it will fail. All of that work will come to nothing. In fact, it will come to far more than nothing. Along with failure, you have to wade through the feelings of disappointment. You may even feel dazed and confused as to why things didn't work out the way you hoped they would. You question your identity. What does this failing say about you? You thought it was so right. So how come you got it so wrong? Should you even bother trying again? Are you broken? The collateral damage of failure can be immense. Failing to uphold a boundary in a relationship can find hearts broken and resentment boiling red and hot. Repeatedly failing to fulfill work commitments can lead to desperately wondering how the heck you're going to pay the bills. Medical failings can lead to grief and disillusionment. Fearing failure keeps us stuck in life because as much as we like to think we know a lot about life, much of it is trial and error, and most of it contains some risk. The more you try to avoid failure, the more likely you are to keep your life small, safe, and limited. We avoid failure to avoid pain, yet actually, when you're coming to the end of your life, perhaps you'll realize that an even greater pain is to have limited yourself through fear. Number 3, you do and say hurtful things. You always have done and you always will. Sometimes you hurt someone intentionally. You want to. They might have hurt you and you just want them to know how it feels. You probably know them well. You know their weaknesses and their regrets, so you can use just the right words to inflict pain. When you hurt them, you feel both pleasure and shame. You also hurt people accidentally. People have winced inwardly because something you've said has pressed upon a sore place within them, and they've gone away with your words resounding in their ears. People have felt unimportant to you or dismissed by you because of the way you've treated them. You're not even aware of how what you did or said changed the way they feel about you. Perhaps someone is not sure as to whether to bring it up or not, or whether they're being too sensitive. Number 4. Your focus isn't always in the here and now. Life-affirming moments will pass you by, and your head will be elsewhere. You will spend time with the people most important to you, and you will leave feeling like it was all a blur, barely remembering what happened, let alone what you said. Your head was in a work drama, your heart was at home on the sofa. You'll miss firsts, you'll miss sunrises, you'll miss shooting stars tearing through the sky because you were busy gazing at the dirt around your feet. You'll lose loved ones and curse yourself for not inhaling every moment of their presence while you could. You'll feel sobered, and you'll pledge to make the most of life forevermore, lest you miss out on the things most precious to you. But hours later, your mind will be pondering things that don't matter. You'll waste time, your focus will shift towards the to-do list yet again. Number 5. Bad things happen to bad people. Bad things happen to good people. Children die, random attacks happen. Innocent people get sentenced to death row while the guilty roam free. Less qualified candidates achieve the promotions, leaving the ones who really deserve the job in the lurch. Unless you're always winning, everything goes your way, and things constantly fall into the perfect place for you, then you're probably very aware of life's unfairness. Perhaps this truth washes over you, or maybe it cuts you deeply. I'm betting a bit of both, and all that lies in between. You let a board game cheat win because they're younger than you. But you lie awake with red-hot rage searing through your veins because someone publicly undermined you to make themselves look good. Number 6, you're not good enough. Well, this really contrasts with the positive mantras printed on t-shirts and the cursive affirmations that skip across your social media feeds, doesn't it? Whether you have positive affirmations on every mirror in your house or not, you may find that no matter how many times you repeat them to yourself, they just don't seem to shift the constant feeling that you're not good enough. Not good enough for who? Not good enough for what? You want to get away from this feeling. You want to believe that you're enough, just like the words proclaim. Number 7. You will feel misunderstood at times when you most need to be seen. You will painstakingly fight your corner. You will desperately try to explain yourself, and people will fail to get you. Feeling misunderstood can make you feel dismissed and ashamed. It's as if life has rewound by decades in a flash, and you're just a child crying out to express a need that isn't being met. You will feel like you're banging your head against a brick wall, trying to be understood in circumstances where the cost of being misunderstood might mean losing an opportunity, a relationship, or a second chance. You will share your truth with someone with your heart racing and your hands wringing, and they'll say something that indicates that they just didn't understand. You'll feel utterly alone. Number 8, bad things have happened to you. Bad things have happened to those you care about. Bad things have happened in this world and are happening right now as you sit reading these words. Someone near you is dying. Someone you know is going through heartache. Someone is soon to receive a phone call that will make the ground beneath their feet feel like quicksand and change life as they know it. Bad, sad, mad things are going to happen to you at varying intervals for the rest of your life. You will be on the end of that phone call where time both freezes and speeds up. You will be walking happily down a street, and then a car will hit a puddle at just the right angle to drench you. You will lose house keys, jobs, relationships, and hopes, and you will do everything in your power to avoid it. But some of the bad things that will happen are stories your busy mind would never even have thought to write. Number 9. The fear of death is the biggest source of human anxiety and regret. I have worked with hundreds of clients over the years, and we've always, in some context, touched on awareness of life's speed, fragility, and meaning. Some clients feel empowered to make more conscious decisions when considering their own limited life, whereas others find their anxiety fueled by this same awareness. When we think about death, we are confronted with the truth of our powerlessness and fragility as humans. We can plan and attempt to control every aspect of our lives, but ultimately our life could end at any given moment. It is so humbling, isn't it? Number 10. Perfectionism and needing to do well in order to feel confident can be a driver to set the bar of expectation that little bit too high. You may find that striving for excellence keeps you motivated and doing well in areas of your life, but at what cost? Burnout happens when we continuously push beyond the limits of our own resources. Make sure when you are setting goals for yourself that you are taking into account your humanness as you do. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, you probably will not see us again. If you have, congratulations, you are growing every day.